you go to war with Chicago?
When you say that, darling, that's fake news.
Well, why would you use the Department of Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
Okay, so that was Donald Trump being himself to that reporter, calling her darling, telling her to shut up, calling her second rate. And she showed a level of restraint I would have been incapable of in that moment, that she didn't slap him across the face. And honestly, if she had, she would be so within her rights. I mean, she would also be deported to CCOT or whatever, but she would be so within her rights. I would have given that guy a stone cold stunner that would have resounded through the ages if he treated me like that, especially because she was 100% in the right. She said, are you declaring war on Chicago? And as I'm sure every one of you knows, that's 100% what he did, putting out this stupid ass social media post of him wearing like the cavalry crossed sabers. You know, the draft dodger Donald Trump now wants to be the cool guy going to war. He says Chicago's about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Helicopter, 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 and Chicago's on fire because it has presumably been bombed by these military helicopters that he is dispatching against our own countrymen. And so he declares war on Chicago to like be the big alpha, and like MAGA likes that. Yeah, I don't live in Chicago, so you can bomb it or whatever. Those are different people than me. They're black and brown. I don't care about them. And so then he does that and he gets the cred on the right. And then a reporter's like, hey, so you declared war on Chicago. And he's like, no, that's why you're fake news. It's not war. I'm just gonna send the military in and crush them beneath my heel and hope to God that there's protests so that I can use, probably more than likely eventually this is gonna end up with live ammunition being used on protesters. And the media is the bad guy in all of this. Not Trump, not his regime, not his inner circle cheering all of this, MAGA cheering the federal government invading one city after another after decades of posturing, cosplaying that they're against tyranny or whatever. Now they're cheering it because it's blue cities that are gonna be targeted. And the media, of course, JR. So we got a lot more on this, but what do you think?
It's what people were saying was going to happen before any of this even started. I feel like we have to repeat this every time. We saw this coming. There was this woman who ran for president. She said Donald Trump is going to unleash the military on you. Now he's bragging about what he's going to do with bombs behind him because he's a badass, right? He's going to unleash the Department of War on you. But for some reason, Amicia Alcindor, who was the one who asked him that question that he then tried to intimidate and call darling and told her to hush up. She then is second rate because she asks him questions that apparently all the people who carry his water and kiss his ass every week, those people are actually hard-nosed reporters. You see how reality's been flipped on its head? It used to be when reporters would ask someone a question, they got celebrated for not bowing down the politicians who try to intimidate them and try to eliminate their normal questions that ask, what is the reality behind what it is we all just saw? So the next question, which is why he told her and walked away, because he knew she would ask, so what is it about you posting you're gonna go and attack Chicago if you're not gonna go and attack Chicago? Are you a liar, Mr. President? Are you a coward? Are you afraid of Chicago now? Are you gonna get your ass kicked if you go into Chicago, Mr. President? Are you a weak, whiny piece of trash? I'm just curious, which one is it? Because you told us you're gonna go in Chicago with helicopters because you're a badass, and Pete Hegseth is gonna be right behind you. Which one is it? He has to run away because he's a coward.
Oh yeah, no. That's that. Add that to the long list of things that for some reason all of these supposed alphas on the right don't see as clear, obvious signals that this guy is weak as hell, scared as hell, that he runs from questions like that. They're like, oh no, he's tough, he turned away from her. Yeah, why did he turn? Because he was scared of the question she was asked, because he doesn't have an answer. Calling someone second rate actually has nothing to do with the question. If it's so cool to declare war on Chicago, so cool that you did it because you got your meme, oh, AI can make me look cooler than a camera can, then why didn't you answer? Why didn't you explain why it's actually awesome and why apparently every American president can do this? Obama could have done it, Biden could have done it. in the future, Gavin Newsom or Pete Buttigieg can do it. If they feel like, hey, so Florida has turned its back on its children and now disease is rampaging through them. So I'm gonna be dispatching the National Guard to ensure that we get vaccination, all of that. Or you know what, there's just too many guns in Texas, and obviously the cops can't save the kids. They just stand by while kids are getting gunned down. So we're gonna send the National Guard in to take the guns away. This is a thing that presidents can do now. If that's your actual principle, then stand on that principle and answer the goddamn questions. And I understand, and we'll sort of close on this. I'm gonna mention a couple things that politicians there are saying. I understand that they think, and maybe this is in fact another one of those traps where you damn stupid libs don't understand that when fascism starts doing its fascist thing, you're supposed to shut up. Don't say anything, because like, what if there are some like fascist Americans that like it? You don't want to seem weak or whatever. And I say, I don't give a damn about that. I believe that unless we defend America, stand for American values, I'm just gonna watch it happen. I'm just gonna watch my country fall to this BS like so many countries have over the last 100 years. No, don't care if he considers it a trap. I believe in fighting, okay? And so few people are doing that. We're not just gonna allow this to be normalized, okay? We're gonna fight back. We're gonna ensure that there is whatever political cost can be levied against him for this. And I believe that there is some. After all, not only every Democrat in America basically hates this guy, but the vast majority of independents too. We need to make these midterm elections as damaging as possible, and just bowing down and allowing fascism to be normalized is no way to wage that war. Now, we have a couple of politicians in the area that are trying to fight back. Brandon Johnson, mayor of Chicago, says the president's threats are beneath the honor of our nation, but the reality is that he wants to occupy our city and break our constitution. We must defend our democracy from this authoritarianism by protecting each other and protecting Chicago from Donald Trump. J.B. Pritzker, governor of the state, said the president of the United States is threatening to go to war with an American city. This is not a joke. This is not normal. Donald Trump isn't a strong man. He's a scared man. Illinois won't be intimidated by a wannabe dictator. And Senator Tammy Duckworth, an actual vet, says, take off that cavalry hat, you draft dodger. You didn't earn the right to wear it. Stolen valor at its worst. Yeah, remember when the Republicans were like mad at John Kerry for like speaking out against war after getting injured in a war, and he was considered to have stolen valor even though he got it by serving? And they're totally cool with Trump. Trump, the draft dodger, spent decades bad mouthing soldiers. It's absolute BS. And some might say, well, wait, what do you mean he's not a strong man? He's a scared man. I mean, this is so tough. Nope. It's all a distraction. Look, it's a fascist distraction. It's damaging. People will likely end up losing their lives as a result of it. Something, and I constantly remind people this, can be a distraction and can be horrendous at the same time. This is a distraction from his utter mismanagement of the economy, his completely unconstitutional executive orders, the cancel culture that he's waged against law firms and media companies and our institutions of higher education. It's from the Epstein files. All of this is designed to take all of his failures and inadequacies and the ways he's gone against sort of the core of America and say, hey, but also I'm tough on crime or whatever, even though I'm not. I mean, I'm invaded places that are already making progress, and in fact, likely there will be more crimes committed as a result of this than actually solved by it. So I think a great point by J.B. Pritzker. Any final point from you, JR?
Yeah, I also saw Tom Homan. He was asked the same question as far as whether or not he's going to war in Chicago. Apparently, Donald Trump was taken out of context. And in reality, what he's supposed to do is he's going in to fight these cartels and these human sex traffickers. Just let those 2 points sink in. That's what they're going after.
Yeah, and Rolson makes a good point about Trump and the image he put up. So that's an image that's intended to evoke Vietnam. Like that's what he's doing. It's it's from that movie. If you wanted to be the badass on the boat in Vietnam, you could have gone to Vietnam. You didn't. You talked to dear Papa. Papa, I don't want to go. Please talk to the doctor. Talk to a senator. Get me out, Papa. I don't want to serve, Papa. People are dying. Papa, I want to not serve. I want to badmouth them, play golf or whatever, sexually assault some women. I want to spend my years doing that and then get into power and then send other dopes, sheep to go die. That's what and then I'm going to use AI to look cool and tough. Thank you, Papa, for saving my bacon so that I can do this someday. Yeah, real tough guy, real strong man.